Hi, everyone. This is Kathleen. Google Calendar can be pretty confusing, especially when you're dealing with multiple calendars and trying to add events to different calendars. So today I'd like to offer you some tips and tricks to help you make your calendar more manageable. So you'll notice that we're looking at my calendar in the week view. I've selected it over here on the right. It does not appear like I have a lot going on this week. On the left-hand side under my calendars, you'll notice that none of the calendars are selected. And I know that because all of these boxes that are in there are currently white. When I hover my mouse over each of them, they begin to change color. That means when I click on the calendar name, the events will appear in that corresponding color. So my middle school activities are in purple, my middle school library is in green, my middle school staff is in brown. One of the first tips I'd like to give you is to make sure all of your calendars, including my calendars and the other calendars, all appear in different colors. This will alleviate a lot of confusion. My high school calendar, this is the high school library calendar, appear in blue typically. When you create an event, you also have the option to change the color of that event. And we have 4 large events in the library this week, which is why we've put them in this red color to indicate that we could not have classes in here during that time. These events are faded out because those events have already passed. I'm going to turn these events, or these calendars, off now, because I'd like to show you down in other calendars, which you will have as well. If I go into the high school building use calendar, you can notice that there are diagonal lines through the events. That means it is for me to view, but I cannot edit or create events in that calendar. If I would like to add an event for building use, I need to contact the calendar manager. So some of you might be wanting to sign up for a calendar, sign up an event on a calendar, I should say. You can do that one of 2 ways. You can first, I would suggest, find the calendar that you want to add the event to and select it. So you can see if there is already someone in that space. So I'm looking right now at 603 Computer Lab. I am going to add, let's say I wanted to add my class Block 1 on Friday. I can click right in the time slot right there, and I'm going to add my name, if I can type, and then I'm going to make sure that 603 Computer Lab is selected. It will default, if you're not in this calendar, to your primary calendar, which is the one attached to your name. So here you do want to make sure it's 603. The time isn't exactly what I want, so I'm going to go into Edit Event, and I'm going to go to change it here, 7:42 to 9 o'clock, 9:06. And then down here, you can see if it was a big event that I needed to change the color of just for that event, I can do that down here, but I don't need to do that. So I'm going to click Save, and you can see me appear on the calendar here. The other way to create an event is to click on the button that says Create. Here is where you would type in your name. You'd also then have to pick exactly the date that you wanted and the time. When you do it from the calendar, you just click in the time slot on the date that you want. But if you do it through the Create button, you do have to change the date and the time for what you're trying to schedule. And then again, making sure that you've selected the correct calendar for the event to appear on. I'm not going to actually save this one. I'm going to go back and discard. If you change your mind about an event and I say, oh, I don't need it this day, you can click on it and simply hit delete. Now, if I were in my calendar, if I had both my calendar turned on and the 603 Computer Lab, and I went to add an event, add my class to room 603. Smith, 1B. You'll notice that, as I said, it's going to default to your personal calendar. So that's why it's really important you choose which calendar you want your event to appear on, and then make sure that it's really there by checking that calendar afterwards. So hopefully this helped a little bit. If you have any further questions or comments, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. Thanks so much.